Strength, decisiveness, unwavering confidence. We're told to project an image of invincibility, a fortress impenetrable to doubt or fear. But what if I told you that true strength lies not in these perceived virtues, but in something far more vulnerable? What if the key to unlocking extraordinary leadership is admitting that you don't have all the answers, that you too are human? Think about it. How many times have you followed someone blindly only to be led astray? How many times have you yearned for a leader who understood your struggles, who empathized with your fears? The world is changing. The old models of command and control are crumbling, replaced by a new era of collaboration, empathy, and authenticity. And at the heart of this new era lies vulnerable leadership. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Vulnerability? Isn't that a weakness? Doesn't that open the door to exploitation? The answer, my friends, is a resounding no. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is courage. It is the willingness to step outside your comfort zone, to show your true self, flaws and all. It's about building bridges, not walls. It's about fostering trust, not demanding obedience. Let me tell you about a time when I failed. Early in my career, I was tasked with leading a critical project. I was young, ambitious, and desperate to prove myself. I thought I had all the answers. I pushed my team relentlessly, demanding perfection at every turn. I refused to listen to their concerns, dismissing their ideas as naive or impractical. And what was the result? Disaster. The project failed spectacularly. Morale plummeted. Trust eroded. I had become the very kind of leader I despised, a tyrant blinded by ego. It was a painful lesson, one that I carry with me to this day. But it was also a transformative one. It forced me to confront my own insecurities, my own fears. It taught me the power of vulnerability. I realized that true leadership is not about having all the answers, but about creating a space where others feel safe to share their own. It's about fostering a culture of openness, honesty, and mutual respect. This brings me to a crucial lesson. Vulnerability builds trust. When you are willing to show your true self, you create a connection with others that is impossible to forge through pretense or bravado. People are drawn to authenticity. They want to follow leaders who are real, who are relatable, who are willing to admit their mistakes. When you are vulnerable, you invite others to be vulnerable as well. You create a safe space for open communication, for honest feedback, for creative collaboration. And when people feel safe, they're more likely to take risks, to innovate, to give their best selves to the work at hand. They will trust you, and with trust, anything is possible. But vulnerability is not just about building trust. It's also about inspiring authenticity. When you lead with vulnerability, you give others permission to do the same. You break down the barriers of fear and insecurity that prevent people from being their true selves. You create a culture where people feel free to express their ideas, their concerns, their passions without fear of judgment or ridicule. And when people are authentic, they are more engaged, more creative, more productive. They are more likely to take ownership of their work, to feel a sense of purpose, to make a meaningful contribution to the world. Vulnerability unleashes the power of authenticity. And authenticity is a force to be reckoned with. Now, some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually become a more vulnerable leader? It starts with self-awareness. You must first understand your own strengths and weaknesses, your own fears and insecurities. You must be willing to confront your own ego, to admit your own mistakes. You must be willing to ask for help, to listen to feedback, to learn from others. It also involves practicing empathy. Put yourself in other people's shoes. Try to understand their perspectives, their challenges, their aspirations. Show genuine interest in their well-being. Listen actively and attentively. Ask questions. Offer support. And finally, it requires courage. It takes courage to be vulnerable. It takes courage to step outside your comfort zone, to show your true self, flaws and all. It takes courage to admit your mistakes, to ask for help, to listen to feedback. But the rewards are worth it. Because when you lead with vulnerability, you unlock the full potential of your team, your organization, and yourself. Look around you. The world needs authentic leaders. The world needs leaders who are willing to be vulnerable. The world needs leaders who inspire trust, who foster collaboration, who empower others to be their best selves. The time for hiding behind masks of invincibility is over. The time for embracing vulnerability is now. So I challenge you. I challenge you to step up. I challenge you to be brave. I challenge you to lead with vulnerability. Unleash your authenticity. Inspire others. Build a better world. The power is within you.